This is what you might have missed on BCSN's Sports Nightly.
You mentioned the Christmas time around there is when you maybe realized that something special was going to happen. What was it about the team at that particular time that maybe raised your expectations?
Well, a couple of things we stressed early on, and that was that culture of success and accountability on winning. When we lost that first night in Cincinnati, our opening night, we were better than that. We should have won that game. We're not accepting losing. When we lost, our emphasis was we don't lose 2 in a row. And we were on a 3-game losing streak in the regular season. It was the only time in the regular season we lost back-to-back games. There was huge buy-in on that. And then the point of when you come in this locker room, it is about winning. When you're always talking about and you always have a presence stressing winning and what it means, you have to have buy-in. And then it came from our guys and buying in. And our buy-in from the get-go was great. It truly was a great group of guys. I think we did things correct and put things in place to be successful, but it certainly comes down to the guys, and it came down to leadership. You don't win 50 games. We're the first team to win 50 games in this league in almost a decade. I mean, that's a special season, but it comes to the character of the room. You don't get down 3-0 to probably the best team in the league in South Carolina and come back 3-3 and have a chance in overtime to win the conference if it's not a special room. So we think we did a big part of establishing a culture and putting the right person in this room, but it truly came down to the individuals, and we had a special group.
You mentioned one of those individuals, and for me, the person that comes to mind is Kyle Rogers. And you look over here at his locker, the only locker still in the locker room, still fully stocked, all his equipment still hanging there. He's announced that he's going to retire. Maybe one of the more recognizable faces in Walleye hockey history. What did he mean to this particular team? Well,
he's as we wanted to start from scratch, he was the one person that we thought was important that came back. One, he would identify with the past, and then 2, he's just a quality individual and person. It would be about the team first, and that's every guy that came in here. We wanted to be about the team first. And then it was not easy for Kyle. I healthy scratched him early on. I didn't name him captain, and it was nothing personal. And these were and stuff we communicated. I'm not naming you captain because I don't want to put that on you. You concentrate on playing your game. The healthy scratches were not easy. It was new territory for him. But there was a reason for healthy scratches. And when it counted, in the end, he was there from the get-go. And though he wasn't one of our captains, he was truly a leader. And we stressed to all of our guys, when we started putting this team together, we wanted guys that were previous captains, assistant captains, just had leadership qualities. And Kyle had those leadership qualities, and they were tested many a time, individually and throughout this season, and he handled it like an absolute pro he was. And he will go down as one of the greatest. Numbers prove it. He'll go down as one of the greatest in Walleye history. But everything else he brought as an individual, as a leader, and what he meant to this community, he'll be one of the best ever in the history of Toledo hockey.
You mentioned putting together a team for next year and all the turnover that's going to happen. That's just the nature of the game. How challenging is it? How rewarding is it? In a way, it's got to be fun to kind of try to put the pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah, well, it's going to be challenging in that we are going to lose a lot of quality players because of the success we've talked about. At the same time, some things will be in place. We'll be returning a bigger nucleus than we were last year. The only 2 returners last year were Tyler Elbrick and Kyle Rogers. And you're literally starting from scratch. So we'll have more of a deeper nucleus, but we'll also have the culture and the pieces in place to recruit to. If you come here, this is why it'll be successful for you. As much success we had, we also did what we accomplished. We led the league in call-ups. We had 11 players called up to Grand Rapids, which was within the organization, which you hope and expect. But we also had 8 players called up outside of the organization. Almost 130 games played in the American Hockey League outside of our organization. And that was a selling point to us coming into the season to many guys that you come here, you're going to get an opportunity not only in Grand Rapids, but many other places. So to see it come to fruition, the qualities on putting another team together, there's some pieces in place that are going to be very attractive for special hockey players.
Be sure to watch Sports Nightly weeknights at 10:30 on BCSN and follow us on Twitter at sports_nightly.